board and I'm on mute. Okay. Kyra, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hello, who else joined? Hi, Michelle.
This is Charmy.
Hi, Charmy. Okay, Michelle, Charmy, and there's one more person.
Myron.
That's who?
Myron.
Oh, hi. Hello. All right.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. All right, so I'm not gonna hold everybody long. Let me just, I'm gonna share my screen really quickly. And for those of you that just called in, I'll speak so that you can understand what's on the slide. Can you all see my screen okay, that are in Zoom? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so just a brief pulling everybody together. There's been a lot of things posted on Facebook this past week. If you are on the friends list with certain people, then you know that there have been a lot of announcements of people, pretty much going. So what is happening, if you don't have the inside scoop, Kenny Lloyd did have they had, what was it called the other night? It was a session where they invited everyone to come back to Total Life Changes if you at any point left, but you left on good terms. So they're allowing people to continue to come back. So that was kind of the kickoff to some of the other things that started happening that we were seeing being posted. Of course, Jefferson Green, Nina Mora, Jaleel Coleman, some of the top leaders in Total Life Changes have made the decision that they are leaving Total Life Changes and going with, I know it's Direct something, but it's a wine company. The compensation plan must be out of this world, is all I can say, because it makes no sense to me. But it just, I was talking earlier with someone as to, what your personal preference is. And it's just, if you want to sell wine, you go sell wine. But in my opinion, we're in the best spot possible because the bottom line is health and wellness. People absolutely need it. Is it the easiest thing all the time? No, because people have a million questions for us all the time. Every time we, try to make a suggestion on what it is that they need to do to get healthier. So, it's just, it's a little tougher, but we all know that it can be done. Look at, Stormy Wellington. She had to borrow the money to get started in Total Life Changes. And she just ranked to executive ambassador, the highest rank in the company. So, and that's in less than 3 years. So it's possible. If this is the business that you want to be a part of, then you just have to roll up the sleeves and get it done. But if you want to go and do something else, just like, Avon or Tupperware or Princess House, whatever it is that you decide to do that fits with who you are and your lifestyle and what you plan to accomplish, then, I say best wishes. And so it was a little bit surprising because these individuals were at the top and, obviously doing very well. They all have rings. They've all collected big checks and, continue to do so with very large teams. So, but we wish them well. One other shift that I'm sure mostly everybody on this call that I'm aware of has gotten word of is that Dion and Gary are leaving the Total Life Changes. So I think Gary's going to kind of hang around, but Dion has made the decision that she's leaving. So, it's just one of those situations to where you make a decision, you make a solid decision, and you have to, do what's best for your family. So I believe she has reached out to everyone that is on the Go Getter team. And so my thing is, I have a true passion for Total Life Changes. Absolutely love this particular business because I've seen what it's done for people and getting them healthy. So I'm not going anywhere. I have no desire to go anywhere. Despite anything that, anyone may have heard along the way with the split between the two teams, it was what was best so that all of the people that were involved with Go Getters were being supported. It's just one of those things sometimes that teams go through, and we have to look at Candace Bird Davis and Stormy Wellington. Would you know that Candace is on Stormy's team? Probably not. But they had a moment in time where they made the decision to agree to disagree and still work this business and be beasts. And they both have. They've both been extremely successful. So we wish, Dion much success in the wine business. And I know Gary's going to be supporting her. And also I know Deaja's going to remain with Total Life Changes and continue with the under 30 group. And so, I even have somebody that I'm getting ready to introduce her to add to her team. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where there's a shift happening right now. People are making solid decisions based on what they feel is best for their families, and we can't be upset about it. We have to just continue to press forward and do what we want to do as regard to what's happening with our families and what our goals are for our families. So changes with our team. Going forward, we will be combining Go Getters into the group that separated off is G4G, which is Go for Gold. We'll combine the two teams into one. And then within doing that, I just want to ask everyone to take a moment, take a breath. I know it's a lot to take in. It certainly was for me. And make a determination on where are you at this point. My thing is pray about it. Make sure that this is still something that you want to do, and identify whether you're just going to be a retailer. And I know plenty of people like that. They just want to sell the product, make the profit off of the product, and that's it. There are others that are building their teams and working the business, from every angle, all levels. And, then there's some that will just drive in focusing on just, building their team. And, then of course the retail part of that comes along with that. So, are you a retailer? Are you going to be a business builder, which will ultimately throw you into being a retailer? Are you both? Or, the ultimate, question for yourself, are you going to remain in this business? Nothing worth having is ever going to be easy. If it is, you better run. That's been my experience. So for me, I plan to just roll up my sleeves, dig in. We've connected with some really strong leaders within Total Life Changes. Tanya Joyner Scott is now my mentor, and she has included me on what she and Dexter have, and so I will be very focused from that perspective. No diss to Stormy Wellington at all. I just need things that are extremely accessible to me. You know, if I have a question, I need to be able to pick up the phone and actually talk to a person. So, and I have that type of relationship with Ambassador Scott. So, you know, relationships are wonderful. We need to continue them. We still have the connection with Jason L. Scott. You know, I don't know what determinations he may be making, but I know he's you know, very in tune with Stormy, and there's a good connection there. So there are people that are still here that will continue to support us. I have moved more towards having the Zoom type meetings because, you know, I'm a hands-on type person. If I can see it, it just, you know, comes to life for me. So I'm big on presentations. Just to put the words on paper sometimes makes all the difference in the world. So you'll see these Zoom meetings. So if you can get log in through the link that's sent, and make sure that you download from the App Store Zoom .us, and then that way you'll be able to see the presentations at each of the meetings. So we're just going to change things up just a little bit, you know, just so that we can have a clearer focus. If you're somebody who's just doing this from a retail perspective, then we're going to have time where we just talk about retail. You know, if you're doing business building, we're going to focus on business building, what, you know, some role playing, and how do you build your team, and invite some people to our calls that can assist, that have done exceptionally well in building teams. And if you're doing both, we'll have sessions that will focus on both. But what I need is the participation, because it takes effort to put the sessions together, to invite those that can educate us. And then, you know, you only get 1 or 2 people to show up. So that's going to say to me that you have no interest. And the goal is to continue to grow, because I'm one of those who's doing all of it. I am building my team, I am retailing, I'm doing every aspect of this business. So am I going to focus on someone who may not have communicated that, you know, I'm not really doing much of anything right now? Well, I'm not going to stress anybody out. You know, it is your decision, because this is your own independent business, but we're here to support one another. So, you know, I've been big on just keeping in tune with people and making sure that, you know, we have that one-on-one time, so you express, you know, exactly where you stand. And then we go from there, and it's all about coaching and providing the information that's needed for you to move to the next level. So that's where I am. My full focus is on next level. You know, I believe in keeping God first in every single solitary thing that I do. And we're going to focus on, you know, the culture, the vision, the mission. Sometimes it's not just about the money. Sometimes it's not just about dragging people into the business. You have to make sure that those people are in alignment with your focus. You know, is this somebody that I can work with for the next, you know, however long you're going to be in the business? You know, is this someone that I can deal with on a day-to-day basis? And not think about the money, you know, just because somebody wants to join your team. You have to be very conscious about that, because you may be signing yourself up for a whole lot more headache than what you set out for in the beginning. So just wanted to let everybody know that, you know, I'm here. We will be combining everything, and I want to hear from each of you as to what your decision is, so that I have a clear understanding of what you believe your goals are, you know, as pertaining to whether you're just going to retail, you're building a business, going to do both, you know, where do you stand? So I need to know that, so that we make it clear as to who needs to be, you know, where and when. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to be quiet at this point and ask if there are any questions.
Beverly, this is Wanda. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, I think, well, I can say for myself, and I think probably most of my team here in Richmond, um, but especially for myself, I'm doing both. I'm retailing and working on building a team. At this point, I would like to just say that I greatly appreciate your leadership, and I think that you have been um, you've been an amazing leader. You've faced some incredible challenges in the last few months, and I'd just like to thank you for being the person that you are, because I think you could have very easily folded your tent, so to speak, and moved on. Um, I don't know where or how, but I think you could have very easily just went unto yourself and did you, but you stayed in there with us, and I'd like to thank you for that, both on my behalf, both for me and for my team here in Richmond. And I think all of us here are working on both retailing and building a team.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for that edification. That's another thing that we have to focus on too, And then of course, these sessions, I want to say, it's not, Miss Beverly's session. This is our session. I'm just setting it up. I'm being the vessel. I'm going to bring the information that I have. But if you've run across something that you feel like is going to be beneficial for the team, I want everybody to feel like this is our team. Don't feel like I'm, this dictator sitting at the top and, whatever you say doesn't matter. Absolutely, it matters, because it can be the smallest thing that you hear sometimes that can explode a team. So I wanted to take a moment and say that I am not that person. So I am wide open. If you have something that you want to bring to the team, just let me know before, and I'll put you on the agenda. You will have a spot to come before the group and say whatever it is that you want to share, things that are working for you or things that are not working for you, so that the next person doesn't make that same mistake. So this is not my group. This is our group. And I want everybody to feel comfortable. And if at any point, I don't care who your sponsor is, if at any point you feel the need to reach out to me, please do. Please do. Don't ever feel like that you can't. So again, I don't want to, put myself way up on some pedestal and make people feel like, what you have to say doesn't matter, or that, I'm, the one at the top, and that's it. That is not it. It has to be wide open to where we're receptive in ideas from everybody. And if it doesn't mesh with who you are and the way that you're trying to run your particular business, then you listen and be respectful of what the other person had to say, and then you continue to do whatever you feel is necessary for your business. Certain things are not going to work for everybody. So thank you so much for expressing that, Wanda, and I will make a note of the Richmond team and where they fit in as we move forward. Does anybody else have any comments or questions, any
Yes,
concerns? Okay.
I do. Hi, this is Utoka for the people that are not on Zoom. I just wanted to announce to everybody that I'm staying. I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying. Listen, because of my mission, because of my why. I want to first of all thank you, Miss Beverly, from the bottom of my heart, because I know you have the JOB, you have your you have your other project that you have going on with your nonprofit, and now you're going to take on my team as well. I truly, truly thank you, because when I first found out, I'm like, wow, okay, what am I going to do? Well, guess what, guys? As a team, there's no I in the word team, right? So we're going to pull together. And just like Miss Beverly said, if you have a suggestion, if you have an idea, share it, because that's how we're going to all be successful. I reached out to Miss Beverly, and and I'm like, listen, I'm here if you need me. If anybody on this call needs me, please reach out to me. I will put my number out there in the group as well, but I also want to help Miss Beverly as well too. So just know I ain't going nowhere. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Miss Beverly, because you could have said, you know what, I'm sorry, I have my plate full. You could have said, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go figure it out. But I thank God for you. You could have done that, but I will tell you, there's no mistakes in this. Everything happens, guys, for a reason. God will, God is going to put this organization together the way He intends for it to be together, right? And we may not understand why, but we're going to find out later why, okay? Because we're going to the top.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to the top together. And that's what this business is all about. We're going to the top together. I love each and every one of you. So if you need anything, please reach out to me too. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, Miss Beverly. I truly love you as a sister and a friend, and not my new, I know you've always been my sponsor, but hey, my new sister. And, I thank God because we're leading this team with, again, with the prayer in the beginning, which touched my heart. I cried when I first attended Miss Beverly's meeting. And then with the affirmations, because we got to keep speaking those affirmations, guys. They're very important so we can get them in our soul. So I'm going to stop talking and let other people talk. But again, I love you and I thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Ms. Utoka. And I'm very grateful. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I do have a question, and being new in the group, I appreciate everybody, and I listen, I take notes for what any and everybody says. I do have a question about, it's called Smart Ship now, not Auto Ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm confused about that.
Smart Ship.
How does that work? Is that the same thing as what was the Auto Ship?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kyra, you've already looked into it?
Well, yeah, I watched that presentation that they did, and it's just that they made it a little bit easier, more user friendly for a customer to go in and set themselves up, or for us to go in and set the customer up, and that's all it is. It's the same thing. They just changed the name and made it a little bit more user friendly. But yeah, I watched that whole presentation when they introduced it, and it kind of showed it a little bit, what it would look like.
And the video's in the back office, right, on the resource?
I believe so. I looked at the link that you gave us, and I just went on and watched it. They have recorded it.
Okay. So basically, you're going to see some things shifting, just even in the labeling of our products now. You're everything is this brighter, friendlier, more refreshed. So you're going to see some things, change names, just like they have all of the various things happening now to entice people to buy more products, or the combination of products, or to entice us to want to come to different events and things. So you're going to see some things change up. And it may not necessarily mean that, it's something harder or even different than what we've been doing. It's just that they're putting a fresh look on things. So make sure that, and that's good. Everybody's taking the time to go to the links and review the information. The emails, hopefully everybody's email is accurate in the back office. A lot of times it's just the email that comes out. I believe, is it Wednesday or Thursday? It may be Thursday since that's close day. But, they come out with all of the announcements of who got promoted. But then on down the list is several, lots of really good information. So I invite you to do that. TLC also has a Facebook page. A lot of things are dumped right there, and that's how I get it, because I get set your notification so that as soon as it hits, you're aware of it. And if I have, you know, a couple of minutes in that point in time, I stop what I'm doing and I'll watch it then, because it'll get lost in the shuffle and I'll forget about it. But a lot of times, as soon as I catch things, I'll put it in the chat or I'll put it in our Facebook group. And that's another thing. It doesn't have to just be me. Whatever you catch, if you see something, put it in there, because it may be that I missed it. I might have been in back-to-back 2-3 hour meetings and missed something. So absolutely, this is informational for all of us. So I want to make sure that you know, everybody understands it's not just about me. So those that have been in Go-Getters, you will be added to the Facebook page and to the chat for G4G. And you know, we'll make sure, I'll go in the back office and make sure that I have everybody's name that reaches out and says they are active, because it's very important that only those that are active and working this business be included. You know, we don't need any issues with folks, you know, getting upset because they're put in the chat and they don't want the chimes. And, you know, I don't want to have to go through that. If you're in the business, you'll be put in the chat. If you're not, I'll keep you on the Facebook page, and you can look at it whenever you want to look on and get caught up from the Facebook page. So good question, Michelle. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Any other questions, comments, any concerns?
I can't think of anything. I always do this. I need to write my questions down when they come to mind.
Yeah,
When I get in the meeting and forget them.
that's okay. If you need to reach out later, please do.
Okay.
Are you still doing the pajama party?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, we have changed the date to January the 7th.
Okay.
I actually have been blessed. Someone has blessed me with hotel accommodations. So we have a conference room that has been donated to us by a very dear friend. So and then if we want to stay at the hotel, she has arranged for a block of rooms to be set aside that will range from $33 to $77. So you know, we'll work out all of the details, and you know, but January 7th, I'm thinking at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock on January 7th. So I'll be getting a flyer done, and we're going to open it up to some of our other sisters within Total Life Changes that are, you know, and men too, Byron. I'm not going to leave you out. We got some other men in the business. We want you guys to come to do the vision boards, and, you know, wear your PJs too. So this is all about, you know, networking and bonding with the team and getting to know one another, which we have not had the opportunity to do. And I've really, you know, been pressing for that. So I think starting the year off right and putting the vision out in front of us on our boards, it's going to be a fabulous exercise for us. So look for information on that. January, extremely busy month. Because we have the vision board party January 7th, then January 14th, there's the event in Raleigh with several of our leaders. The Scotts are actually hosting that event. If you can get there, you need to be there. I plan to be there. And then January 21st, that's the Awakening Wake Up and Win session in Atlanta with Stormy Wellington. So very busy month of January. And then let's see, I think it's another event that I may be missing. Toka, what's on our birthday weekend? What did I miss? Oh, that's Raleigh. That's the Raleigh event. Okay, so
The Raleigh event.
Yeah, so we had to have some cake or something.
Yes.
Toka and I's birthday are on the same day, January 15th.
We didn't even know that.
We didn't know. We started talking the other day. So But that's all that I had to share. I just wanted to let you all know that I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. And, you know, Toka is going to run point here with the Charlotte team, helping me here in Charlotte. Wanda's on point for the Virginia team, and anybody that we get in between. That's we'll find out, you know, exactly who's going to be on point there too. So anything, this is our team, guys. So we're going to work together and make it all happen. All right.
All right.
I mean, I got one more thing. I'm sorry, guys. One more thing, 10 seconds. I don't know if anyone saw the Facebook Live of Candace Burke Davis when she was talking about the new promo. I am going to post that in the group. It is absolutely awesome. How you can, you don't have to use your own money to buy you get 20 packs of tea. So you get the 10 packs of tea and a bottle of Nutriburs, and you get 10 packs of tea for free. She has broken down a way that you can use, you know, that you can get orders. And those orders, you can combine those together and purchase that package as many times as you want to, guys. That's going to build up your inventory. That is humongous. So I'm not sure if you got to take advantage of the Black Friday. I'm becoming like Queen Bee over here. I got my little stash going on. Just got my delivery today. So I'm not sure if you got the starter kits, the party kits. That was another great promo. But this promo, guys, is going to last until December, I believe it's the 24th. So and she also broke down a way if you wanted to bring someone in the business also, which is big. So I'm going to post that. Please take your time and look at that. And I just think it's a great opportunity. I've already collected 3 orders myself, so I'm not going to come out of pocket. I'm going to get, you know, I have to give them their 12 packs of tea. So I got 3 people to buy 4 packs of tea. So that's 12 packs out of the 20. I get to keep 8 and the bottle of Nutriburs. I can keep that to use for myself, or I can sell that too. So, and you can do it over and over again. So that's what I'm doing to build up my inventory. And I just think it's a great way. Yeah. But I will post that. But let me know if you have any questions on Miss Beverly, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
no problem.
And we'll have a segment in the training, and that's another thing. You know, Monday evenings at 7 to 8. You know, I know some folks have choir practice and stuff, so I'm just going to experiment and pick another day and time, and let's see what happens, because that particular time is not working as well, and I want to make sure that we're actually able to attend the actual trainings, because I don't know, sometimes even for me, I get busy, and getting back to a link that I know is an hour, you know, falls at the bottom of the list a lot of days. So I'm just being honest about Beverly. Yeah, I know I need to do that, but I'm gonna put that over there. And then next thing I know, it's time for the next week's training, and I still haven't listened to the one before. So I just want to make sure that we're doing those things, and each session is recorded. So if something happens, you know, and you can't attend, my expectation is that you catch up. You know, we have homework. You know, I believe in, Mr. Wilkins said 4 nights a week. And if it can't be 4 nights a week, you figure out what's your equivalent of 4 nights a week where you put into this business. You know, I'm behind even right now with catching up with my follow-ups. Extremely important to do follow-ups. So that's all I got for today. Anything else, anybody?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. All right, everybody. Well, we are done. We're going to press forward. And, hey, one team, one dream. All right. So everybody have a good evening.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great.